Hi Blue Sky. This video is a remake of the first video I ever made for Blue Sky. It's about how to con confidence when you don't think that you have it. Little secret, but that first video was absolutely terrifying for me. If you watch me in that video, you'll see me stumbling around and murmuring and kind of babbling my way through it. I was not confident going into that video. I did not have the self-confidence to sit there and record a video, but I still did it. Okay? Right. So, first of all, as I've explained, I have no self-confidence. I am socially anxious. The idea of sitting here in front of a video is kind of terrifying, but look, I'm doing it. I'm forcing myself out there. You can see what I'm wearing is all part of this thing, this act. So, my real name isn't Amy. Kill surprise. But look, Amy is a persona. I've always lived my life in personas, and Amy is about confidence, and that's what wearing this and going on video and whatever is all about. It's all about faking confidence, being a more confident person and being who I want to be, okay? Because I choose my words carefully, but I don't think other me was that confident person, but Amy is. So I live through Amy. I've got into DID and stuff before. I'm not going to get into that here. We'll pretend this isn't one of those personas fronting or whatever. But look, it's fine. So, right. I have no self-confidence. When I started work, I was essentially a mute. I wouldn't be able to talk to anybody whatsoever. People used to call me shy, but it was a bit more than that. It's an autistic sort of social anxiety that comes across in every social situation, okay? When I started work, it was only because I had some sort of brown-nosing will to please authority that when they put me on the tills and they said, Amy, you've got to speak to customers. You've got to go out there and have these endearing, cute conversations with customers. That's the only reason I am able to talk to you now, because I forced myself to do that. And that's how I know that you can kind of con confidence and you can create it in yourself. Even if afterwards, looking retrospectively on that situation, you can look at it and say, look, that was all fake, that was all put on, you still have the confidence in that moment. Right. I used to think, obviously I'm transgender, you've probably noticed this by now, given the content of my Blue Sky feed. I used to think I was transitioning from male to female. Actually, what my transition has been is from a less confident person to a more confident person. And the more that confidence builds and the more I go out and be me, the less I see it about gender at all, and the more I see it about being this fucking radiant, confident person, okay? I love myself. I love where I am. I love my situation. I love me. And I could not have said that a few years ago. That is a big deal. That I'm able to sit here and earnestly say that in front of a camera, that is a big deal. Right. So, let's move on. This is kind of a remake of that first video because obviously I wasn't confident back then. So, my dad always used to annoy me when I was a kid. He always used to say, Amy, stop skulking, stop looking down. Walk around with your head held high because you deserve it, and grab what you want from the world, and stop looking at your feet. Now, in my head, I thought I was just looking at my feet because I'm looking at the cracks in the pavement. I'm trying to make sure I'm not stepping on any snails or anything like that. I used to get really annoyed when he'd say things like this because I'd think, what's the point? What's the point of faking something like that? What's the point of showing the world I'm happy when I'm not? What's the point in trying to be a more engaging person with people and trying to get into these social situations when I'm not a social person? In short, what's the point of pretending to be an extrovert when you're an introvert? That's what it really boils down to, but on a more harsher level, which has got this subtext of autism and social anxiety behind it. So 30 years on from that, I realised he was absolutely goddamn right. I'm not saying I should have listened to him at the time. I don't think I could have listened to him at the time. I think this has been a process. It's took me all these years to get to this point. I'm 34. That may come as a shock to you. I hope it comes as a shock to you. If not, then screw you. But look, I'm 34. I've had decades to think about this stuff. I've known that I was transgender for 20 years at this point. So, you know, this has been an ongoing process. I'm not saying you can go out tomorrow and suddenly switch into this confident person, because it's taken me a while to get here, okay? I just hope that with a video like this, I can help you along the way. Maybe give you some tips and pointers and things like that. Right. You're going to see me looking down quite a bit in this video. That's why I'm sat at this awkward angle. The reason is I've actually brought notes with me this time, because my first video was full of ums and ahs. That's just something I do when I'm speaking. Actually, one of the tips I want to give you for this is that instead of saying and ah and try and stretch your words out. Try and create longer sentences while you're thinking about things. It's stupid, but actually that hi I do at the start of videos, yeah, that's not me saying hi, because if I just said hi and I'm immediately into the video, if I say hi, yeah, then I'm thinking about what I'm going to say next, and I'm thinking about the composition of the video, how things look. That little breather of just extending that word gives me time to settle into the conversation. And actually, when I'm saying a lot of the things I'm saying now, which you'll think are just throwaway words and kind of useless and pointless, I'm doing that. Instead of saying and ah, I'm speaking my mind, thinking of these new and more interesting things to say. Yeah, you'll see me still umming and ahhing, but hopefully to much less of an extent than you would before, okay? I'm getting there. So, you shouldn't care about presentation. You don't owe the world anything. You don't owe the world this better you. So, what I'm saying by this is that if you're doing this because you think the world needs you to be this thing, don't force yourself into that situation, okay? Do this for you. If you want to be a more confident person, be a more confident person. And if that's something towards your transition, do that, and that can help you, okay? I'm not saying for a moment that you've got to do this, or that any trans people have to do this, okay? This is your choice, your body autonomy. Do what you want to do. Right, so, just going to take a breather and read my notes. I've been talking very quickly. As I become more confident, I speak far more quickly. So, sorry about that. Right. I'm going to go where we went in the original video. And I've got an exercise for you. Next time it rains, I want you to go out into the rain. I want you to hold your head high, open your eyes, and let the rain hit your face. Just stand there, just let yourself get absolutely soaked and just go, oh, hang on, this is just water. We've gone all our lives being told that getting wet in the rain is the worst thing in the world, and you've got to run and you've got to hold your head down and you've got to scream and get out of the rain as soon as possible. Actually, when you stop and think about it, rain is just water. The point of this is that instead of having random bad days because of the weather, you'll have random good days because of the weather. So I went to London and I tried this out in practice. It started raining and it was going to ruin my day because, look, I was there to have fun. The rain got extremely bad to the point where everyone's absolutely soaked. It was a singing in the rain kind of situation, and so I did. I sung in the rain. I was wearing something similar to this. I just skipped around on the pavements, in the gutters, just singing Chaperone at the top of my voice. And look, I don't care what anyone thought of that, but you cannot say I was anything but a confident person in that situation. I didn't care what anyone thought about me in that situation. Right. A few tips. Headphones. So, obviously I have social anxiety. One way I get around this is I wear headphones. Okay. You can see I actually look prettier with headphones. They're pretty good. I like these. But look, I don't even have to have these plugged in. These are a safety net. They're a way of getting away from the world. I do regret doing that sometimes. Like I did that to Whitby Goth Festival and I felt kind of isolated. But for the most part, if I wear those, I don't have to listen to anything anyone is saying to me. And as a trans woman, you get a lot of quite nasty comments from people all of the time. Like, all of the time. Like, all of the time. But it's fine. The headphones help. Secondly, I've found that wearing heels, as daft as it sounds, again, you shouldn't have to do this if you don't want to, but wearing heels, or at least shoes that make you walk differently, makes you think more about how you're walking, and it makes you put on a more confident walk, makes you put on a strut. This could be as simple actually as changing your gait, so trying to walk with your feet inwards rather than outwards as they are naturally for most people. So trying to do this inward gait makes you think about how you're walking and also makes you think about the rest of your posture and the rest of what your body is doing. By making it awkward to walk for a bit, you start thinking about your entire appearance and your entire persona and how you come across. It can also be a click and tell for voice training if you're into that, if that's something that you're doing. Correcting your posture and your walking makes you think about every other aspect of your being, so that does help. Thirdly, something I want to call confirmation. I wear Barry M lip gloss. It's got capsaicin in it, so it's got like chili oil. It makes your lips tingle. It gives you a minor allergic reaction, apparently, but you know, it just makes your lips tingle. But that means that they're ever present all the way through the day. So it's a little reminder to be confident. It's a reminder that your lips look amazing. It's a reminder to be amazing because you are amazing. Yeah, confirmation is important. Confirmation is everything. Confirmation and self-affirmation. So, you're amazing. You're not going to believe that because that's me telling you, and that's quite anonymous. I'm telling a random person who I may not have ever met that they're amazing, but I want you to go out and tell it to yourself. Because you are. And you're probably sitting there thinking, no, I'm not. Shut up, Amy, I'm not. But you are. You are amazing. You're doing really well, okay? You've got this. The reason I know that you've got this is that I did not have this 3 years ago, and now I do. As I say, I have no self-confidence. But I do now. I'll give it to myself. And when I sit here on videos saying I'm amazing, I love myself, I love where I am right now, it's sincere. It started off not as sincere. It started off as a way of coping, a mechanism to make myself more confident and to make myself love myself more. And look, it fucking worked, okay? I love myself. I love where I am. I love everything about my life right now. You're doing great. Thank you for watching this video so far. I know I do have a tendency to get quite rambly at times, but it kind of helps that I've got a Brummie accent, so apparently that's really endearing and cute and whatever. But yeah, so right, where have we got to? Tips, guidance, whatever. Karaoke. I love karaoke. Karaoke can come across in the wrong way. It can seem like it's a bunch of amateur singers going to present to a professional to try and show off how well they can sing. Actually, I don't think it's about that at all. I think it's about putting someone on a stage who would never go on a stage normally. It's about thrusting yourself out there and being a person you're perhaps not. I try and do karaoke as often as I can. If someone gives me the opportunity to go and do it, I will do it. I used to always skulk in the corner and never go up and sing. And if I did sing, I'd sing something in a sort of male voice, like Angels or whatever, and absolutely destroy it. Because I'm skulking and I'm like, you know, kind of depressed as I'm singing because I think I'm shit and I think I sound like shit. Actually, if I go up there thinking that I sound amazing and I sound sing something. I'm not going to sing on this video. I've sung in every video so far. I'm not going to sing in this one, don't worry. But look, when I go up there and sing, I'm a different person. And I put on this persona, which is the Amy that can sing. I live in personas. It's weird. But look, it's fine. It's about confidence building. When you're on that stage, you tell yourself you are the best singer in the world, okay? Don't listen to anyone else in the pub, and look, if they laugh afterwards, that is a good thing. If they shake your hand afterwards, that is a good thing. I went and sung Wuthering Heights, Kate Bush, at the top of my register in the lifeboat in Blackpool, in front of a pub of regular karaoke goers, and I got a handshake off everyone in the pub, which I've meant it was brilliant, or I suspect incredibly bad, and they just wanted me off the stage, but I did that. That was something I did. And when I went to Whitby Goth Weekend and I'm walking around and I see all these karaoke bars, I just walked into one. And there's this bloke called Dylan singing My Perfect Cousin and all these other punk songs. And I just go out there and I sing Paramore. Again, at the top of my voice. It was probably terrible. I don't care. It was amazing because I am amazing. Okay? Keep telling yourself that. It's important. So, at this point in the last video, the video split in two, but what I wanted to talk about was quite important, which is intersectionality and personal safety, because look, when I used to talk about these things, one of the comments I got that really dug into my heart, because I didn't intend it, but it came across that way, the things I was saying came across in this way to certain people. One of the things that somebody said in reply to me was, it's this kind of talk that gets black trans women killed. Okay. Yeah, this is very important to me. I apologise for how I came across, and I apologise for not thinking intersectionally and not thinking of everybody's experience. It's not easy to talk about experiences that aren't your own, but it is easy to go out there and research people's experiences and look at other people's lives and look at what's happening. I don't think it's purely a race thing. I think there are many different factors to this, well, not argument, because that implies there's a wrong, but this viewpoint. Look, it is dangerous to go out there and be a confident trans person, okay? It's more dangerous for some groups to do that. It's more dangerous to do that in some societies, in some countries. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that you're going to be safe if you go out there and do this. I'm not BIPOC, quite obviously, but so I can't speak for anybody's experience, and I don't want to speak over people or things like that, and I also don't want to look like I'm shooing it in here to make it look like I'm being a more liberal person, because that would be also bad. But what I'm trying to say, and stumbling over it, it's dangerous for me to go out there and do these things. It's dangerous for me to go out wearing this, for example. It's dangerous for me to go to Whitby Goth Weekends dressed as a goth. The comments and things that I got there were uncomfortable. I got followed down the street by people wolf whistling me. I thought something bad was going to happen. It didn't happen, but I make a choice and a decision every time I go out like this, and it's a weigh up of whether I think the risks are worth it. Now, personally, I think the risks are worth it to me, but that is to me. And I don't know your situation, I don't know your family, I don't know your country, I don't know you. So please don't for a minute think that you have to follow everything that I say here, or that it's necessarily the right thing for you. So you need to make a judgment, and that's for you to come about. It's not something I can tell you to do or not to do. So I fully apologise for both how I came across and also how I answered that question in the previous video, because I came across the wrong way, and I'm fully conscious of that. So that out of the way, my transition has been into confidence. As I've said, I used to think it was a male and female thing, but actually it's about being a more confident person. It's got me things in life. So I get my prescriptions from an online service. It's grey area-ish. I get a valid prescription that I can take into somewhere and get my medicines. But people don't trust this because it looks dodgy as fuck. So the first time I go into Boots, and I'm fidgeting about, and I've got this prescription. It doesn't look very, I'm not even sure I can get this here. Can you see if I can get this here? And I got escorted out by security out of Boots. But I still had the script with me, so I went to Superdrug. And they're all shy again, and they're like, don't think we can really do anything about this here. I'll get my manager. And I was like, no, I'll go elsewhere. Asda, Lloyd's, went to various places, and then I thought, Amy, what the fuck are you doing? Be confident. Be you. And so I went into Morrison's, and I'm holding this prescription in front of me, and I'm like, hi, can I pick up this prescription? I've had it before. It's not an NHS one, it's just a private prescription. Didn't say anything, didn't give any hints. Just went in all vibrant and shiny, smiling, happy Amy, and was instantly given my prescription. Going in there, looking differently, being like this, being radiant, being me, got me something out of that situation. And then I started thinking, how can I apply this to the rest of my life? And that's how I got bottom surgery. That's how I got bottom surgery without really following the W-PATH, Harry Benjamin system, okay? Which I don't agree with. I'm not going to go too far into it in this video. I've done videos about it before, but look. I no longer try and pass. This isn't about passing. It's about passing as a more confident person, actually. It's not about passing as a girl. I don't want to pass as a girl because I'm a non-binary girl. I don't conform to society's standards of what a girl is. But I am trying to pass as a more confident person, and every time I go out there and be this confident person, it helps. So yesterday, I actually went and did a film shoot. It was at Film Studios. I can't say what it was for, but it was for something gender related. So we did photography, we did a video interview, and I met lots of amazing trans people. I could not have done that if I was the person I was 3 years ago. If I didn't have this confident streak to me, I would not have been able to do that. You'll notice through this video, I've been sort of sat less stoically. I've been trying to be more relaxed and more open about how I look and whatever. I've also been giving you eye contact, so I've been looking at you. But no, I haven't. And this is a little trick that I've learned incredibly recently, and as an autistic person, this is massive, okay? I'm not giving you eye contact right now. I'm not looking at the camera. Okay? that sounds really weird. I'm looking at my face on the screen right now. Okay, I'm not looking at the camera. Does it make any difference? Does it make you feel any differently about how I'm talking to you? Does it still feel like I'm talking to you? Because eye contact doesn't mean staring into somebody's eyes. I was always kind of raised by my teachers about eye contact, and I could never do it because it's such an unnatural thing to do. To sit there staring into somebody's eyes is such an unnatural thing to do, and it makes both people in that situation uneasy. But actually, eye contact doesn't mean looking into someone's eyes. It means looking in their direction. It means turning to them as you're talking. And actually, if you want to stare at the tip of their nose, if you want to stare at this point on their eyebrow, if you want to generally look in their direction but not necessarily in their eyes, that is what eye contact is all about. This happened in my previous video. My Westminster chimes are going off. This is making me appear very, very British, but I'm just going to let them ring and play. This is what happens in Britain. It comes to a certain time. It's 6 o'clock right now. It's going bong 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 bong, because it's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Yeah. Brief interlude while I'm throwing humour into this, because that's part of Confident Amy. That's part of me. Whatever. So, I've reached 26 minutes in this video. I think that's longer than the last one. Probably because I keep rambling. But you'll notice I'm not sort of ming and erring. Oh well. So. Right. The next thing I want to talk about, because I'm going to carry on, because I'm sorry, this is going to be a long video. Deal with it, bitches. Is misgendering. Because, look, I am misgendered all the time at work. Pretty much universally, especially on weekends. It's just the kind of place that I work. There was a point where I'd hear people saying sir or mister or dude or mate or whatever, and I would take it to heart and I would be absolutely devastated and I would go home skulking. I've said skulk a lot in this video. I've actually come up with this character called Patch. And Patch is a boy who uses he, her pronouns. It's one of my personas. It's something I can slip into if I want to. It means that when people misgender me, they're not talking about me, they're talking about Patch. And they're using the right pronouns for Patch because he's a he and her. Sorry, that might not be useful to you. I've done a video about that before. Go and watch that one. It's much better than this rambling nonsense. What I've come to realise is if someone misgenders me, that's their mistake. They're being ridiculous. They've cocked up. Okay? Not me. They are deserving of my ridicule. And so I laugh it off. I laugh at them. If they can't tell that I'm presenting as a girl and trying to be a girl, that's on them, that's not on me. Okay, so I'm going to go back to where this video started, which was about confidence and how in my previous video I wasn't confident at all and I'd conned it and I'd made everyone think I was this confident person that I'm not. I've just done the same for this video. We're about to reach 30 minutes. I was terrified to record this video. I'm terrified of my notes. I'm terrified of my mannerisms and how I look and how I've been talking to you. But look, I have conned it because I have conned confidence and you can do the same. I love you. I love me. I love everything about my life right now. I love where I am. I love everything. You're going to do amazing and we have got this. Peace and I love you.